I'm the man now. Nobody ever gave a handout. For the stretch, talking grams loud. Cut them off, get a handout. Bro talk, what's that about?
Yo, what's going on, people? You know who it is. It's Tay Wiz coming live and direct from the man cave as usual. For those subscribers out there that is not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that bell. If you're definitely not subscribed to my Twitter page, hit that bird at TAE_WIGGS. And of course, the link to my website is below. First and foremost, there was 3 games on last night. I watched 2 of them going back and forth, and I did watch the third one comfortably at my own discretion. First and foremost, the 76ers went down to Miami. One of the hardest places to win in the playoffs is Miami. The Heat came in with a different mentality. They was at home. Like I told everybody, most teams played better at home, but not in this case. The Miami Heat failed to do what they were supposed to do, get the win. They lost 128-108. And this whole series, everybody keep asking, what is wrong with Hassan Whiteside? You know, having these measly 5 points and 2 rebound game nights is not going to cut it if you want to beat the 76ers. It's Joel Embiid coming back, giving it all that he has. But at the same time, I'm looking at where the whole big picture is for Hassan Whiteside is he's only playing 12 and 13 minutes. I'm trying to figure out why is Hassan Whiteside on restricted minutes. Is it because what he said earlier before the season ended that what's wrong with his minutes and that he probably wants out of Miami? Could that be one? Could Eric Spoelstra and their GM Pat Riley is sticking it to Hassan Whiteside because Hassan Whiteside right now is not playing his best basketball. This is by far the worst I have seen him play in the playoffs. You seen last year in the playoffs, he had some games he scored about 17 points, 11 rebounds. I am not getting that same production from Hassan Whiteside. 5 points and 2 rebounds not going to get you past this 76ers team. This is a young 76ers team. This team played pretty chippy. The reason why I'm saying this because the Miami Heat trying to come with an old school tactic and play bully basketball. It did work out. Yes, I seen what part where Dwayne Wade and Justin Anderson got tangled up. What led to that punch in the head? If you look at it closely, they keep showing the punch. But if you rewind it back on your TV, like I did, you will see that Dwayne Wade got lost on defense. Justin Anderson was coming down to stop Gordon Dragic from going to the cup to make a potential basket. Dwayne Wade pulls him by the arm. Justin Anderson come over and clubbed him in the head. Dwayne Wade gets up. They go to a tag-on match. That was broke up. They were trying to play bully basketball. Justice Winslow. Joel Embiid face mask comes off to protect his eye, whatever, cheekbone. He tried to step on plexiglass. Now, they say some of your smarter guys go to Duke University, right? He tried to step on something that's pretty much made out of the same material as the backboard is made of. But this is one of your smart guys, and it didn't break. That's why Joel Embiid, see what he said after the game. I got about 50 of these. You can try to step on and break them all you want to. I'm still going to play. I'm still going to do what it takes to get our team to win. But back to the game. The bright spot for the Miami Heat last night, well, they had 2 bright spots. First of all, Justice Winslow played great playoff basketball. 10 rebounds, 19 points. He's being destructive on defense. Then you play a lot of good defense too. The other good things happen. You become offensive reliability. He was scoring. He was scoring, getting to the cup, hitting threes. I never seen Justin Winslow hit a 3 till last night. And he was actually pretty good, decent from the free throw line. I think he finished the game. He was either 7 for 8 or 8 for 9 from the free throw line. And you know he's not a good free throw shooter. He's almost a 65% free throw tosser from the line. Then also, the Dragon finally woke up. 23 points, 8 rebounds. People don't understand. Home players play good at home. They don't play that well on the road for some reason. When you on the road, those rims is about this tight. They really tight. When you get home, your fans is behind you. The food tastes better. The bed feel better. The water feel better. So when you look and they go from the cold into the heat, it is what it is. But if the Miami Heat want to get this win, to win the next game, they have to play all 48 minutes of basketball. They are not doing that. They're letting the guard down. They feeding into that BS. The 76ers not scaring nobody. And this team is pretty scary good. Not only they scary good, you're looking at where Ben Simmons had 19 points exactly. He had 12 rebounds. He had seven assists and 4 steals. Him and Donovan Mitchell, special. Talk about that later about Donovan Mitchell. Ben Simmons is getting to that cup. He's living for the moment. Everybody trying to find a nickname for Ben Simmons, man. I haven't thought of one yet, but he's playing great basketball. Yes, yes, I said that he's been in the league. This would be his second year, but technically in the rule book of the NBA, this is his official rookie year because he's actually playing. But at the same time, by him being out last year, he learned some things. How to be a pro, how to eat, how to get a regular schedule program going so he can keep up this repetition, keep this high intensity volume of basketball going. Because some rookies hit that rookie wall right before All-Star break, and it's hard to pick back up what you did after All-Star break. Because after All-Star break, there's about 25 games left, and it's so hard for a player to get back focused after All-Star break, being a week off, hanging around friends and family. But them two guys, Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum, always get left out. These guys keep pushing the envelope to be great. You got to tip their hat off to those coaching staff over to the respective ball clubs. Now, definitely like what I'm seeing, especially Dario Saric, 21 points, 7 rebounds. And one thing I like about their team, to be honest, they got a lot of foreign players from different countries on their team who also play together as a cohesive unit. And that's what makes teams dangerous. When you have that bond, that brotherhood between the 15 or 16, 17 guys in that rotation, it makes everything easier. They know where they spot set. They know where they want to be at. And you just looking at where Brett Brown and his coaching staff and Brian Colangelo did to make this team better, to make the team evolve. I've been telling everybody, I said this could be a sleeper team in the playoffs. Back when I started doing my segments early in the summertime, this is a sleeping team, and look where they at now. They all the way in third place. Now they up 2-1 on the road. Joel Embiid, who played very impressive in his debut in the playoffs, 23 points, 7 rebounds, and he also hit a 3. When I look at Joel Embiid footwork, he got nice footwork for a big man. Remind me of Hakeem Olajuwon, who can take you off the dribble and hit shots, great free throws, and can hit threes. That's a dangerous combination for a big guy to be 7'2" at that, who can move so swift and can get to the cup when it's needed and can score buckets for his team to put the heat on another team. Because now, who's going to guard Joel Embiid this rest of this playoff series if you got Hassan Whiteside picking up 3 fouls before halftime? You don't, because they're not using Jonathan Haslam. That's a mismatch there. You can't play bully basketball at Joel Embiid. It's not going to happen. He just plays so well. He probably going to be either second or third team All NBA this year, without a doubt, center-wise. I'm looking at Marco Bellinelli. That was a great pickup by Brian Colangelo. That's their GM who signed him. Marco Bellinelli's only there for a 1-year deal. He got bought out for the team that he played for previously. He brings to the table, like I said, he has a championship ring with the San Antonio Spurs, but he also brings that playoff nastiness, that grit, that heart. You see the boxing gloves he got tatted on him because he's from Italy. At the same time, he's telling these guys, look, just don't look at this as a regular playoff game. Let's look at this game. Look at each round. I tell everybody, or he could have told everybody this. Look at each round as a championship game. You can easily be down 3-0 or 3-1. Play each game like you are about to win a championship. And that's the type of player that he is. He's always been a sniper. And the one thing he's underrated for, he plays defense. So he never gets that credit. I'm trying to shed the light on you guys. He needs that credit of that playing defense. And you're looking at this team is up 128-108 as the final. The Miami Heat. What y'all going to do? Ain't but so much that Wade County can do for you guys. I said I had the Heat winning the 6, but right now, the Miami Heat are walking in danger territory, and you just can't go down 2-1 at home. So what you going to do the next night? We got to see what this team going to bring to the table. Like I said, 76ers up 2-1. The next game, watch, what's the Portland Trailblazers and the New Orleans Pelicans. Man, not only did I pick the Blazers to win in 7, but they down 0-3. 0-3. They down 0-3. And everybody know that Damian Lillard is an MVP type caliber. You can scratch his name off that list right now. They down 0-3. He's shooting terrible from the field once again this series. 5 for 14. That's 35%. That's not going to get you no win. CJ McCollum, 22 points. Al-Farouq Aminu, the Chief, 21 points, 8 rebounds. The bitch only scored 29 points. Somebody else needs to step up besides these three. And you know what I'm saying? If they would have had LaMarcus Aldridge, he had 18 points and 11 rebounds for the Spurs last night. Just imagine if he had that 18 points and 11 rebounds last night for the Pelicans. That's a win. They would have won this game 120 to at least 119. Won by 1 point. But it's at the same significance. Somebody else needs to step up. You have Mo Harkless, 5 points, playing almost 24 minutes per game. You cannot get that. They need someone else to score. They need these 2 more guys. One guy in the starter and somebody on the bench to at least get them 12 or 13 points to seal a victory. Because right now, Rip City, y'all about to be Rip City for real when that team come home from the Big Easy. Because now New Orleans Pelicans at home, like I said, they number 1 after the All-Star break in the pace of basketball. Number 1. But before that, they was almost right dead last because they had Boogie Cousins. So you know you run a different type of offense when you got 2 big guys on the floor. Now since he's not there due to the injury that he had, and you looking right before the playoffs, he had right before the NBA All-Star break before he had that significant injury. You're looking at after the All-Star break how this team pushed the pace, how they became from dead last to the number 1 fast-paced offense in the league. Not only this team is getting it done, but they're actually getting it done on defense, making Damian Lillard uncomfortable. CJ McCollum still get where he can go, but I still haven't seen no Sebastian Napier step up. Pat Connaughton, Zach Collins. I'm looking at all these guys. No Ed Davis was nowhere to be found. Where is this collective and cohesive unit to get everything going? Now, I go down to the Pelicans. Like I said, the X factor this series is going to be Drew Holiday and Nikola Mirotic. Mirotic last night had 30 points. He was 12 for 15. 12 for 15. Couldn't miss in the Smoothie King Center. Couldn't miss. 4 from 6 from the 3-point line. That will hurt you every time. The Bulls got rid of him and sent him to a playoff team because of what happened to him at Bobby Portis. Which, when I'm looking at, not only you lose Boogie Cousins, but you picked up a good piece, another solid big man who could play the 3, who could step out and hit threes, who could take you off the dribble, who could play defense. 30 points, 12 and 15 from the field, 4 for 6 from the 3-point line. And the way he was getting his buckets was easy. Not only the way he was getting them, playoff Rondo, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals and a block. When Rondo is clicking like that, it's hard to be a Rondo playoff team. And last year, and trust me, last year if he was still healthy, he did some more damage. But I'm just looking at where Rondo is a real floor general. He's a real floor general. Drew Holiday, 16 points, 7 rebounds. Not only he's scorching Damian Lillard, but when these 2 guys go up against head-to-head, right now, before that, Damian Lillard was 0-8 against Drew Holiday. And last night, Drew Holiday did it again. They won. Damian Lillard is 0-9 against Drew Holiday when they respective teams meet up with each other. How can this guy get over? One thing, he's a low-key great defender. It's hard to say that because when certain teams come on TV, you just don't see the Pelicans on TV every night. They might get 2 or 3 games or 4 games nationally televised. But If you have NBA TV like myself, who can tune in every night and watch different teams and get a taste of different players around the league, when I look at Drew Holiday, not only is he a great defender, he's long and he's athletic. He's underrated because of what he's doing. Remember, this guy was an all-star playing for the 76ers a couple years back. So don't forget what this guy can do. He can play at that high level and bring that intensity every night. When you look what he did, on not only on the defensive end, but on the offensive end, like I keep saying, defense leads to offense. Some guys don't want to play defense. But the whole thing is about defense is trying to rear your opponent out. If you can rear your opponent out on the defensive end, he don't want to guard you on his defensive end. So it make scoring baskets and scoring buckets that much easier for you in that process. So I'm going to Anthony Davis right now, MVP candidate. 28 points, 11 rebounds. I had to see making the playoffs regardless. But and the same factor is when Boogie went down, the media started writing him off. They only missing one person. Yeah, they're only missing that Boogie double every night. But at the same time, they still got Anthony Davis who can run down the floor, play defense, block shots, catching oops over people's head last night. Darn near tore the rim up. When I'm looking at Anthony Davis, he can hit free throws. Got an inside game, got a post game. He may be arguably the best big man in the game. The best big man in the game. He has to be, hands down. He's freakishly good. He remind me of Kevin Garnett. Handles. KG can't hit the three like that, but Anthony Davis can because Anthony Davis is a former point guard. He was 6'1" when he got an offer from Cleveland State University. Once he grew like 7 to 8 inches over the summertime, Jim Calipari came running and gave him an offer to come to Kentucky. So he already had the shooting for him there just from the point guard standpoint. He's just a great player all around game, hands down great. Probably not top 5 best player in the league, probably top 10. I'm just looking at Anthony Davis, what he can do. Like I said, a big man that can run the floor. He's really cries for fouls, that's what I like about him. So he put the team on his back. And Alvin Gentry knew that. And people, he's not putting his name in for Coach of the Year too. And I could put his name in the hat too for Coach of the Year. For where they was at last year compared to where they at now, that's all praises, man. That is definitely all praises. You can't go wrong there. Like I said, the Pelicans won that 119 to 102 to up 3-0 in the Smoothie King Center. When the Pelicans win this game, Game 4, which I will believe they will do because the Pelicans right now, they are clicking at the right time. I want everybody in New Orleans to do for me. When the Portland Trailblazers get back on that big bird flying across the country, make sure everybody get a Smoothie King drink. Tell them it's on me. The third game, the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs. Just want to say this. We're going to give a moment of silence for Greg Popovich's wife passing away at the age of 67. Aaron Popovich, man, it's kind of tough, man, to lose someone like that at an age like that. You're a rock. You've been married for 40 years. You know, me this year, being married to my wife will be 8 years. And, you know, it's be some ups and some downs, but to lose your best friend and your partner that you knew your whole life and been with you thick and thin, we're just going to take a moment of silence, please. Bow our heads. It's for you, Pop. Like I said, man, to me, I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. Just what he brings to the standpoint. And now, everybody would say Phil Jackson, but Phil Jackson played with some of the best collective talent, hand-picked guys that he picked. I'm looking at where a guy like a Greg Popovich, he goes to the D-League and get players from the D-League, groom them up and make them to NBA players. Not only great NBA players, he made these guys great father figures, husbands, brothers, cousins, all that. So he turned these guys into great men on and off the court. There's nothing bad you can say about Popovich. And one thing about Popovich, like I said, about the player standpoint, he could take a player from, you can cut a player who might not be one of your best players on your roster. He could turn this guy into a defensive specialist, a three-point shooter, an all-around guy. I'm looking at some of the guys that he had done that with. Look at Dejounte Murray, who pretty much rode the bench a lot last year. Brought him in, sent him down to the D-League, brought him back up to groom him. I'm looking at people like Danny Green, when he got released by the Cavaliers and he was going to the D League, the Spurs picked him up, sent him down to the D League team down there in San Antonio. Brought him, and next thing you know, he was an NBA champion. The things what Popovich work on these players, man. Tiago Splitter, he bring the best out of the players. And you can't do nothing but respect a guy like that. I know he didn't coach tonight, being with his family. Like I said, I tip my hat off to you and your family to go through that process. Trust me. That's a tough pill to swallow. The Spurs took a tough loss last night, losing 97 to 110. We're gonna start with the good first. Kevin Durant and his team went down to San Antonio and put on a show. 26 points, 9 rebounds, 66 coming from KD, the Slim Reaper. And word just in that right now Steph Curry could miss the second round of the playoffs. I think he's ready to go. I think for Steph Curry, they say 4 to 6 weeks. He is right now at the 4th week threshold. He could come back. He probably doing light workout, light shooting drills, and light running as we speak right now. But at the same token, there's no need to rush a guy back like that. Take your time. Get him back probably for the Western Conference Finals, then all systems go. Y'all can click and do y'all thing. But what I'm looking at, and one thing I always put down Draymond Green stats, because even though he's a starter, and people always say Draymond could have did this, Draymond could have did that. Like I said, man, Draymond Green, I like Draymond Green as a player. What he brings to the table is defense. Yet 10 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. And the one thing I like about his stats, he always got a block. He had 4 blocks last night. I don't care about the points. We got other guys who can score. And one thing about Draymond Green, to me, I think he probably one of the most, probably the second most unselfish big man in the league, or three guard in the league in front of LeBron James. I'm like, unselfish is Draymond Green. Draymond Green's like, you know what? Y'all go get y'all's. Because teams are more focusing on Draymond Green, so what he going to do next. Draymond Green take you all at your hookup. He's in your face. He's going to bring it. His intensity is off the charts. If they had a Richter scale for intensity, he would be way past 100. He'd probably be like a 150, 160. He has a high motor. I remember when he first came into the league, he was overweight. I was telling my friends, I said, man, if Draymond Green could lose some weight, he probably could be one of the best players in the league. And we always talk about this all the time on the phone. All the time we talk about different players' attributes, what can they bring to the table. And Draymond Green lost about 20, 30 pounds and got into basketball shape. And now he's a monster on the floor. He's an Army Swift knife too, just like LeBron James. Except he don't have to score in high volume like LeBron does. If Draymond Green, all Draymond Green got to do in the playoffs is get you about 14 to 15 points. You know 14, 15 points going to be like 8 or 9 rebounds, probably 3 blocks and 2 steals, because he plays defensive end like none other. He is the defensive anchor. So just imagine if a Draymond Green go down with a significant injury. Where will this team get their leadership and motivation from? Because when you look at a player like Draymond Green, he is the motivator. He is the outspoken one. When you look at that guy, he brings a lot to the table. And I like that about Draymond Green. And it goes unnoticed about what he does for his teammates. He's the one who can talk to his teammate any kind of way to get him out that slump. A lot of these guys don't have teammates that can do that because you all know this is going to rub him the wrong way. But Draymond Green, man, is a true captain, a true leader of his team. And he's leading his man. And they got one thing on their mind. They want that Larry O'Brien trophy again for the 3rd time. So right now, Steph Curry is probably going to miss the second round of playoffs, probably the first 2 or 3 games. But if I was the Warriors, I would shut him down and bring him back Western Conference Finals once you reach that peak, that plateau. Klay Thompson, 19 points. This dude shoots 71% from the field in 3 games. Collective together, he got 70 points. The guy is shooting lights out, man. Me personally, I always thought everybody say Steph is the best shooter. I think Klay is the best shooter because, Steph has the ultimate green light. Klay take the smart shots. If he wants to, Steph can put him half court every game he's going to. That's how much of a green light Steph Curry has. I always keep telling folks and my peers that Klay Thompson has the better all-around game. He's the best pure shooter on the team. If you leave him open, this guy can score about 30 points in a quarter at a high-volume clip. And they always go unnoticed because, once KD got there, I feel like Klay fell in that backseat mode. And, one thing I like about Klay Thompson, He's a laid back player. He's chill. He's cool with that. He looking at like, hey, y'all ain't hitting. I'm gonna get my shots regardless. I'm gonna go to work, and that's how Klay Thompson is. He's going to get his shots by any means necessary, and he played great defense. That team has about 3 or 4 two-way players easily. Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Andre Iguodala, and last but not least, who also going us by his defense is Sean Livingston. They have, like I said, 4 to 5 guys that can play defense. It's hard to beat a team when you got 5 offensive players and they can turn around and play defense. Speaking of Sean Livingston, who woke up out the Dragon Slayer, 16 points and he was 4 from 9 from the field. And it's so crazy about a player like Sean Livingston, that significant injury he had about almost 11 years ago. You looking at where Sean Livingston brings to the table. He's long, athletic, and he can defend. But when he got it going on the offensive end, he's going to pick it up on defense. Guys get hungry, man. And another key acquisition they pick up, which I thought was a smart pickup for the Golden State Warriors when Steph Curry went down with that MCL and ankle injury, they signed Quinn Cook for the rest of the year. He had 12 points and he's 5 for 9 from the field. Great pickup. Always can shoot the ball. Always been a floor general when he played at Duke University under Mike Krzyzewski. But he did turn that ankle a little bit last night. We don't know his status, but I'm pretty much sure he'd be a game time situation. And this Golden State Warriors, they don't care who they play. People writing them off because of the injury of Steph Curry. Because the whole notion what coaches preaches, if a man go down, next man up. And the next man has been coming up. They've been stepping up big all over the place for the Golden State Warriors. Warriors took care of business 110-97. Steve Kerr got that team going on the right spot. We're going to go to the Spurs. Right now, they are offensive reliability. They can't get no one else to score. They don't know where their points is coming from. Pau Gasol been non-existent in this series. I think it's time for Pau to hang it up. He doesn't have that same speed and outburst. We know he's about 37, 38 years old. He's not the same Pau Gasol of old, folks. He's not your Los Angeles Lakers Pau Gasol. He's not your Memphis Grizzlies Pau Gasol. He is more of the 38-year-old, I'm halfway there, retirement plan AARP Pau Gasol. And you're not seeing that from Pau. It's hard to try to run up the floor with a Draymond Green and JaVale McGee. Yeah, JaVale McGee got his head probably dunked on by Rudy Gay. That's probably the best highlight the Spurs had in these playoffs. I'm not even going to call it a highlight because they lost. I'm going to call it a low light. Yeah, Rudy Gay did his thing, but Rudy Gay is 6'9". He has the potential to be an all-star superstar in this league. He's not living up to the expectations when he came out of college at UConn. 11 points and 6 rebounds not going to get the job done against the Warriors. You have to come hard every night. That dunk you did, y'all was losing, and you got hype. The dunk you did, you got hype. Can't get hype when you was down. Set the tone early. Push the ball. The Spurs not pushing the ball. You got DeJounte Murray at the point guard, and you got Quinn Cook guarding you. Blow past him. Go to the hole. Put the pressure on the defense on the back end when you go into the rack. You want to go to the free throw line. The object of the game is at least trying to make the most free throws and outscore your opponent. At least trying to get the big man in trouble so you can make the team go small ball. But you already know the Golden State Warriors play small ball. It's going to be difficult to beat a team that plays small ball. DeJounte Murray played almost 17 to 18 minutes last night. 9 points, not going to get it done against no Warriors team. Patty Mills has been playing fabulous throughout this series so far. 14 points. Tony Parker on the bench has 16 points. He's old too. That's why they have him on the bench. LaMarcus Aldridge, 18 points and 10 rebounds and 4 assists, definitely not going to get the job done. If they want to win, he almost got to score at least 30. And somebody else, if he scored 30, somebody got to score, come right behind him with 17, 18 points. And they're not going to get the job done. No Kawhi Leonard. TP is old. You ain't going to get so much out of Ginobili because the Spurs are reaching that plateau. Next year, I guarantee you, next year they won't make the playoffs. I'm going with that high end. If Kawhi get traded, it's gonna be hard for a team like the Spurs to make the playoff if they don't have another superstar at their end. Like I said, 21 seasons of making the postseason, that's an NBA franchise record. Will we see another team do that? Possibly. Records are made to be broken. Records get broken every day. But this team has to show more fight and character on the defensive end. Y'all know who I am. I'm Tay Wiz reporting live for the Man Cave as usual. Y'all know what to do, man. Website below, man. Do y'all thing, man. Peace.